Okay, so again, good evening to you all. Hope you can hear me properly. Um, yes or no? Yes, right? As you said earlier, I hope you all can hear me. Nice, great, thank you. So, basically, I'll be your lecturer hereafter for this module. And today, this is not a lecture, so we are all in a workshop. So I think you will interact with me more and more with this lecture, not the lecture, sorry, workshop. So I'm Hansika Sandara Peruma. Um, Currently, I'm working as the head of the department as well as a lecturer at SLTC Research University. And I'm super excited to interact with you. And I have completed my BSc in psychology from University of Peradeniya. And currently, I'm reading for my master's in a private university. So that's about me. So hope you will engage actively with this session other than passively just listening like dolls. Okay, right. So, okay, so should I speak totally in English or should I use Sinhala as well? Is it okay to you all to use English medium as the lecture medium? English, nice, great. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. Then I'll continue totally in English medium about the lecture, right? Workshop, right? Oh, sorry. Okay. It's better to use Sinhala as well. Okay. There's one request from one of your friends, so I'll use a bit Sinhala, but I'll focus more on English. Okay, that's it. I think that will be great. Right. Okay. So we are here today to talk about the relationships. Isn't that so? Huh? So you all are here to talk about the relationships. Isn't that so? Yes, right? Okay. So I hope that you all have a relationship or have had a relationship. Yes, right? At some point in your life, you may have had a relationship or you are in a relationship right now. Isn't that so? Uh-huh. Is there anybody? No. Okay. Why are you saying no? Mhm. Currently in a relationship. Okay. That's nice. Uh, why do you say no, Dilukshan? Why? Yes. Why are you saying so? Don't you have any relationships your family with your family members? Yes, I haven't met any soulmate. Okay, I'm not talking about the soulmates. I'm not talking about the not talking only about the romantic relationships. I'm talking just about the relationships. Okay? So today we will specifically talk about the romantic relationships later. But my question was, have you ever had a relationship in your life or are you currently in a relationship? That's it. I just want to know whether you have had a relationship or are in a relationship. That means sometimes you may have relationships with your partner. Romantic relationships are there. But other than that, you can have relationships with your friends. Huh? Why not? Huh? With your family members, with your neighbors. Other than the living creatures, you may have relationship with your the non-living things like the environment, like your favorite things, like toys or whatever thing. So all of these are relationships. There are many types of relationships. Exactly, yes. So remember that as the students learning psychology, so you have to come out of the box. So you have to come out of the frame. Always you are thinking, okay, relationship, okay, oh wait, that means romantic relationships. Okay. So always think critically, right? and give answers because I'll ask you some tricky questions. Okay. So, think twice before giving answers. Not for me, for any questions that you encounter in your whole life. Right? ජීවිතේ හම්බ වෙන හැම ප්‍රශ්නයකදීම එක උත්තරයක් නෙමෙයි තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? So, think about everything in your life and think logically and critically before giving an answer. Think twice or thrice. Okay? That's it. Right. So, however, as you told me, so however, every living being, as I told you, every living being in the world has a connection with one another. So, which is known as a relationship. Relationship means connection with one another, not with one another, with one materials, one with one and material between one and one somebody else and the materials around us, around the environment. So all of these things can be known as relationships, right? So, however, we have different kind of relationships in our life. Isn't that so? Yes, right? So we have family relationships and romantic relationships and so whatever there are many other relationships. Okay. So that's yes, it is. Yes, thank you. So this the relationships outside the family basically can be divided into two as platonic relationships and romantic relationships. Okay, so today we are going to talk about specifically the romantic relationships, right? So through this lecture, through this workshop, we will talk about basically the romantic relationships. Other than that, we'll talk about the other relationships as well, just like friendships and the family relationships as well. But mainly, we'll talk about the romantic relationships. Okay. All right. So this is the outline of the today's workshop. But before moving on to the lesson or the lecture materials, I would like to give you a small questionnaire, which is known as love language test. Okay, just wait. I'll copy this and send this to your chat box so you can go through it and test your love language. Okay, right. I would like to have your score as well as the love language. Okay. So this is a kind of test, right? Which is based on the love language. So basically, we are talking about the romantic relationships, no? So this is based on um, a questionnaire, uh, or the uh, based on 5 love languages. Mainly, this was developed by Gary Chapman, right? He was a pastor, counselor, and a scientist, right? So he developed this love language quiz in order to find or in order to describe the language that you want or the love that you are expecting from the others. Okay. So please go through this. I'll give you 15 minutes. So please go through this questionnaire and test your love language. So, while you are going through this questionnaire, please keep in your mind that there is no right or wrong answer for the questionnaire, okay? So, this is just for the fun. Okay, one is done. So, if you would like to answer, may I know your love language?
Acts of services.
Yeah, 1 minute, please.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
Wait. I don't know. My test results show quality time 34%. Words of
Huh?
affirmation, quality time. My main language is quality time. That is,
Nice, okay.
yeah, so that is
Nice.
percentage, the words of affirmation 24%, physical touch 24%, quality time 34%. Because,
Okay, so you're expecting quality time. Okay,
yes,
from your partner.
things
Nice.
together. This doesn't mean just sitting in front of the TV or together, but really giving each other undivided attention. This means looking at each other, talking to each other, and sharing your life.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so what about the others? Is there anyone who has finished?
Hello? Yeah.
Yes. Nirosha? Yes? Would you like to answer me? Okay. Quality time. Oh my gosh, you're all expecting quality time. That's so nice. Yeah, I know that most of us is expecting uh, quality time. That means we love to spend more time with our partners. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I hope
Yes.
it's okay. Okay. Right. Quality time. Yes, okay, Diluksha. Nice. Quality time. You're also expecting to spend more time with your partner or the soulmate. Okay, nice. Right. So that's about the love language test. Okay, I'll explain about this test a little bit more. Actually, I intended to give this questionnaire for a bit of fun, but other than fun, this questionnaire will inspire some sort of self-reflection, right? So if you are really thinking about yourself and your partner, so this will help you to think more about your thoughts, feelings, and the needs in your relationship. Okay. So if you want to share this with your partner, so just go and give this to your partner as well. So then you can identify what his or her expectations are, right? So what is missing in within your relationship can be found from this one, this test. Okay. So I think you enjoyed this test really, really well. And I hope that all have done this properly. Okay. I'm not asking from everybody because there is no time. We have a limited time. So that's it. That's about the love language test. So this was mainly initially developed by a person known as Gary Chapman. He was a pastor as well as a counselor and a scientist. And he wrote a book on the five love languages. So mainly we can identify five love languages, mainly quality time, as you said. Affirmation, the words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, as well as receiving gifts. So these are the five love languages. That means you are expecting. So that means these love languages are used to describe how people prefer to show um, and receive love and affection from your partner, right? So basically most of you are expecting quality time from your partner, but your partner's love language may be different than yours. Sometimes the words of affirmation can be the words of affirmation, sometimes can be the acts of services, right? Or receiving gifts, that can be different. Okay, receiving gifts. Oh, one is there, another is silver. Nice. Receiving gifts. You are expecting more gifts from your partner. Oh, nice. That's okay. So that's it. So that is just for fun, okay? Right. So we'll move on to the next part. Okay, right. So don't think that that is not a good thing, like intending expecting quality of time or receiving gifts. No, anything can be possible within the relationships, so that is okay. So um you can expect more and more things from your partner. That's it. Okay, so this will help you to understand your feelings, thoughts, and what you are expecting from your partner, right? So that's about your relationships. Then um as you told me, um we have romantic relationships in our lifetimes, and can you explain what is a romantic relationship? How do you perceive a romantic relationship according to your point of view? Hmm? Why we need romance? Why? What is a romantic relationship? Now we understand that relationship is a connection between two people or two things or whatever. Relationship is like that. Then what is meant by a romantic relationship? Why we need romance in our life? No answer. No answer. Nobody wants to answer me. Okay, right. Okay, then I'll explain. So mainly a romantic relationship is a close relationship to another person that involves things like deep friendships, not only deep friendship, as well as physical intimacy and sex, and maybe even love. Romantic relationships involves love as well. Okay, so yes, there is an emotional or physical relationship. Exactly, yes, not emotional or, it's a kind of emotional and physical relationship. That is the point we are getting wrong. Emotional or physical relationship is not emotional and physical relationship. Yes, exactly, yes. We need physical intimacy and sex within the romantic relationships. And also we need emotional bonds within the romantic relationships. So why romance matters? Why we need romantic relationships in our lives? Hmm? Why we need romantic relationships? Yes.
For companionship,
Okay, very good. For companionship. Exactly, yes. What else? So sometimes we need a close friend. No? That is correct. Yes. That means we want to share our everything with somebody else. And we need a trustworthy friendship or a companionship. No? So that is why we know romantic relationships. Okay, that's okay. Fine. What else?
Support mutual growth.
Exactly, yes. For mutual growth. Yes. Hmm. That means we need to share. Sorry. I'm sorry. So, emotional support. Very good. So when we are stressed or when we are anxious or we need support from another person. Okay. So at that point also we need romantic relationships. Okay. Yes. As you told me, so in these cases, we need a romantic relationships, right? So, however, uh, the romance adds depth and passion to our lifetime. අපේ ජීවිතයට ගැඹුරක් එක් කරන්න පුළුවන් දෙයක් තමයි romance, romantic බව කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? So this romance can strengthen the bonds between people within the relationships as well. right? So romantic gestures like acts of affection, um, meaningful conversations, reminiscing, um, and intimacy can help nurture your relationships and solidify your bonds as well. So without romance, you will feel like more distance, right? So and the bond tend to break without the romance, if you are in a relationship, if you are in a romantic relationship. So this romance is important in the romantic relationships, right? Within the relationship between the partners, between two people, right? And also, um, in order to maintain the affection, as you told me, in order to have an emotional support, we need romance in our lifetime. Okay. So, the fulfilling romantic relationships will enhance overall well being and the life satisfaction, right? That's there. And also, uh, if we encounter some critical issues or problems within our lifetime, so a partner or a relationship will allow us to feel close, connected or accepted by our partner. Isn't that so? Right? So they will help in our matters or issues. Right? So that will be a great relief. So we will reduce our stress or anxiety because of that reason, right? So foster intimacy and feeling of togetherness and love. So the romance matters more. Okay. So that's it. So here I have mentioned more and more things about the importance of romance in the relationships. Okay, it counteracts routine and keeps the relationships from feeling stagnant, right? So it helps us to create more memories in our lifetime, right? It creates everlasting love, right? So you will find your soulmate in future, Dilukshan. Don't worry. Okay, so just keep these things in your mind. So you have to keep in your mind that the romance is really important within your relationship. So without romance, so it's like a stagnant apple, stale apple, like that tree. Gum. It's like that tree. Yes, right. So to eliminate anxiety, to show your dedication, right? So you need always romance in your relationship. Keep that in your mind. So you can keep special memories and like that. Okay. Do you have any questions to be asked? No, right? Everything is clear, right? Okay. So then let's have a look into the psychological aspects uh, of love, right? What are the psychological aspects of love? Hmm? So we'll explain the meaning of love and the relationship according to a theoretical background in psychology. Okay. So have you ever heard about the triangular theory of Sternberg? Sternberg? No. No. Okay. Right. Right. I'll explain that. Okay. Okay, so there's a psychologist known as Sternberg, okay? So he introduced the triarchaic theory or the triangular theory of love. So if you can see this image, so this is the summary of what he has explained through his theory, right? So according to the triangular theory of love of Robert Sternberg, uh, uh, so, love is based on three domains. Okay, love is based on three domains. What are they? They are intimacy, commitment, and passion. Do I need to explain these things? Intimacy, commitment, and passion. Hmm? So, this concept of love, that means Sternberg's concept of love, is a triangle that is made up of three components. Right? So some of these components are focused on love between two people in a romantic or sexual relationship, but also can be applied into other four interpersonal relationships as well. Okay? මං එහෙම කිව්වේ අපේ යාළුවෙක් ඉන්නවනේ. How does intimacy differ from? Okay, I'll explain that. Okay, right. So, not only in romantic or sexual relationships, these three components can be applied into our interpersonal relationships as well. Okay, so there are three components of love according to Sternberg. They are intimacy, passion, and commitment. Okay, so intimacy involves feeling of closeness, connectedness, and bondedness. Am I clear? Intimacy involves feelings of closeness, connectedness, and bondedness. But passion is different from intimacy because it involves feelings and desires that lead to physical attraction, physical romance, as well as sexual consummation. So, passion involves sexual consummation, that means simply sexual relationships, physical attraction and romance. But in intimacy, mainly we focus on the closeness and the bondedness. Am I clear? So that is the difference between intimacy and passion. Am I clear? Is it okay, Natalie? Right, okay. Am I wrong? You can argue with me. That's okay. This is not a lecture. This is a workshop. Okay, so you can ask me any questions you have, or you can argue with me. No, that is not the intimacy. You like that way. Okay, hope you can understand properly. So mainly, intimacy is the emotional part of a relationship. That is okay, no? So passion is something physical. Okay? So that is the difference between intimacy and the passion, according to Sternberg. Okay? Sternberg's triarchaic theory of love. And the other component is commitment, according to Sternberg. If you can see here, I have mentioned, not me, in this picture, it has been mentioned. Passion, intimacy, and commitment. So these are the three components of the triangular theory. So according to Sternberg, so we cover a range of relationship types based on these three components. Right? There are many relationship types based on these three components. Mainly, if you can see here, liking, infatuation, empty love, romantic love, compassionate, fatuous, and consummate love. So mainly we can identify 7 types of relationships based on these 3 components. So let's have a look at these main components and the types of relationships, okay? And check whether what sort of relationship you have, right? Right. So the first thing, I'll start from this point, okay? So here the first thing is liking. Liking, අපි කියන්නේ සමනින් කැමැත්ත කියලා කියන්නේ. නේ? So here, what is the component mainly we can identify? Mainly we can identify only intimacy. Okay, intimacy. That means simply you share emotional intimacy between the or within your relationship. But there is no physical passion or commitment within these types of relationships. So can you give me an example to this sort of relationships? Do you know? Do we all have this kind of relationships? Liking. Liking. That means you have only emotional intimacy. There is no passion and commitment. But you can argue me that, okay, sometimes we have commitment within this type of relationships. But this is just an example. I'm going to tell you just an example. Do you know this type of relationships? Hmm?
Among friends? Good friends?
Exactly, yes. Nice. Superb. Yes. So friendships falls under this category. Friendship falls under this category. Mainly, we only have an intimacy, a kind of intimacy, no? So there is no commitment. That means we are not dedicated to our friends, no? Like for our family members and other people or our relationship partners, no? Am I clear? So there is no commitment there. And there is no physical fashion as well. That means we have no sexual attachment with our friends. So we just have friendships, right? So liking is one type of relationship. And the other one is infatuation. What do you mean by infatuation? Infatuation is like a strong bond, right? Strong. So here, passion is the key component in infatuation. Passion. That means passion means I told you that it's a kind of physical connection. That means what? So you are physically attracted to another person in infatuated relationships, but you haven't developed emotional intimacy or established a commitment. Am I clear? So these kind of relationships can be seen where and within whom. Simply in infatuated relationships, you only have a sexual relationship, right? So passion is the key component. Passion is the only key component that we can see in infatuated relationships. That means within whom we can see these type of relationships. Huh? With mainly we can see this type of relationships within prostitutes and the people who goes for women and men only for the sexual desires. Mama හරිද? Am I clear? Mama හරි නේද? එහෙම නේද? Yes, right? So
But does that have like an emotional component there when it comes to casual sex?
uh, so mainly we cannot identify any emotional component within only the physical relationships, no? Mainly that means if you are going for a person with the commitment, or that means with love and other emotional bonds, that is okay. Yes, new generation is more open to casual relationships right now. Yes, short-lived relationships. Within these kind of short-lived relationships, we are expecting only the physical attachment. So in these infatuated relationships, so we do not develop any emotional intimacy or the commitment. Isn't that so? So we go only for a pleasure principle. Pleasure. තෘප්තිය උදෙසා විතරයි අපි එතන යන්නේ. So other than that, there is nothing. So people pay for that, and prostitutes also doing that because they are also earning. So that can be the main living point. So there is no emotional bond or attachment there. I hope like that. I think like that way. Isn't that so? So however, that's so. Right. What do you think about that actually? Yes, right?
So can that be identified as passion? For example, just pleasure, because like it's just as an act. There's no emotions involved. So, but then again, the word passion, I don't know. As I
Yeah.
understand, it's a bit more
Yeah, I
emotionally.
can understand what you're expecting. Yes, yes. Mainly nowadays the term passion can be explained in different ways, no? So here what Sternberg has explained, passion is like having a physical attachment or sexual relationship. That's why I told you like that way. So other than that passion, the word passion has another meaning. Yeah, I know. Passion can be අපි කියන තෘප්ති කියන එකත් passion කියලා කියනවනේ. නේ? So mainly passion can involve feelings and desires that lead to physical attraction, romance, and sexual communication mainly, right? So other than that, passion එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි කියනවනේ කැමැත්ත එහෙම නැත්නම් so mainly it can be අපි සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ රාගය කියන එක තමයි නේද එතන? Raga, yes. Kamashawa raga කියන එක තමයි passion කියලා කියන්නේ mainly. So, there can be love, sort of love. After passion, you can develop some sort of emotional bond. Sometimes can be. But other than that, so passion only involves physical attraction or romance or sexual consummation, as I think. Right. Then, strong and barely controllable emotion. Passion. Are you explaining about passion?
Yes. Yes, passion.
Okay. Yes, okay, thank you. Strong and barely controllable emotion. Yes. So that is according to our point of view. Now the things have been evolved now. So these theories have been proposed a long time ago. So according to the perception of Sternberg, not according to me, mainly according to Sternberg, passion is like having some sexual relationship. Okay, and a kind of uh, desire to have physical attractions. Okay, am I clear? I'm explaining about the Sternberg, right? That's it. And
Yes.
then, nice. Okay, I'm so grateful to answer you like this. Uh, so the other type of relationship that we can see is the romantic. Okay, romantic love. So here, according to Sternberg, so, romantic means that when you are romantically involved with one person, you share physical passion and emotional intimacy, right? Romantic within this type of relationship. Okay, am I did I miss something? Okay, right. So we discussed about the liking type, infatuation, and then we have romantic part. Okay, romantic love. So what do you think about romantic love? So before the marriage, most of us have the romantic love, no? So that means we always share our things, neither. We share our physical passion and emotional intimacy, right? But do we have commitment within this type of relationships? Mostly, most of the time, right? So think about the earlier stages of love. So we haven't made any long-term plans or commitment, no? So within the romantic relationships, when we start romantic relationships, then after we think that, okay, this is my partner, okay, this is my soulmate, so I need a marriage with this partner, I need to marry this partner, like that way. We think about those things later. But neither. At the beginning, we think that um, uh, we can share physical passion and emotional intimacy. So we think that that is love. That is romantic love. Okay. And that is about romantic love. Okay. Then we have empty love. Mm. Empty love. That means what? So most of the uh, current relationships in Sri Lankan people uh, have this type of empty love, right? In most of the Sri Lankan relationships, romantic relationships, we see only empty love. That means what?
For example, when you marry for the wrong reasons.
Exactly, yes. Exactly, yes. So, what Sternberg calls empty love is a committed relationship that lacks passion or intimacy, right? For example, if you have married a wrong person, as you told me, or else if you have had an arranged marriage or a previously uh, emotional or physical relationship that looks that lost its spark right now, so we have empty love, empty relationship, but there is commitment. Most of the Sri Lankan people are experiencing this type of love right now, especially the marriage people. Why? At the beginning, they have romance. They have had romance. They had romantic relationships. But after the marriage, everything decreases. අම්ම දේම ෂට වෙලා යනවා නේද? Marriage එකෙන් පස්සේ they only committed to do things within the household activities. household environment. The domestic environment එකේ තියෙන දේවල් ගැන විතරයි බලන්නේ. It's because of the social pressure. Can be, but I don't agree with that point. And the social norms can be, but can't we change the framework? As I told you earlier also, අපි කිව්වනේ framework එක බිඳින්න බෑ. They are psychologists. මේ පුංචි දේවල් ඇතුලේ අපිට හොයාගන්න බැයිද මේ love, ආදරේ, romance කියන දේ හොයාගන්න බැයිද? Yes, because the divorce is not accepted, so we can have, this type of empty love. Exactly, yes. And because of the children. Exactly, yes, yes. So mainly because of we are committed to do things of the husband, cooking, and taking care of the children and everything because of the society, because of the children, because of the well-being of the children, as well as because of the husband, because they are afraid of losing their husband and they don't want to be alone. That mainly, especially women. Other than that, men now also there who cannot do anything in their lifetime without a partner. Yes, with the coming of children and daily routine, yes, the distance can come. So the empty relationships can be seen in Sri Lankan context. This is a very burning issue in Sri Lanka. Okay. Okay, this is a burning issue in Sri Lanka. So, as psychology students, as the people who are passionate about psychology, so think a bit different, right? So please try to come out of the box, okay? And think about your relationship. Show your love and passion and your intimacy and commitment for your partner. In front of your children, you can show all these things. From your perspective, yes, what? So I'm talking about my perspective. My perspective is like that way. So I hope that I need all of three components like intimacy, passion, and commitment. That means both of the partners should be committed within a relationships. Both of the partners should have passion as well as intimacy. So there only we can have a successful relationship. Once the children are grown, it can be exactly, yes, it can be rekindled. Yes, exactly, yes. After the children are grown and they have been married, sometimes sometimes we can see adult couples are having their fun and having their lost time during their young ages. So that is also a good thing, but they have missed their life, I think. So no, that's there. Okay, so that's about the empty love, right? And then
Excuse me.
we have, yeah.
I think he's asking whether it's happening because of the social pressure or social norms, because the divorce is not accepted.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is it because of social pressure and okay, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. I think it's because of the social pressure as well as both the social norms. Can be. That is according to his or her perspective. So sometimes some people think that it's social pressure because we cannot do anything without the other person, without the blames. We have to get the blames of other people. So sometimes can be uh, the pressure from other people, from the society, or sometimes some people are more impacted by the social norms. For example, I'm not going to criticize the religion, but we all know that in Muslim context, they have, I hope so, okay? They think that they always need a relationship. They always need a partner. I think so. So that is why they try to get some partner, get a partner after another. After at the end of a relationship, they try to have another relationship. I think so. In Sri Lanka, in Sinhala context also, නිකං අර අපි කියන්නේ ශ්‍රී මොකද සිංහල කල්චර් එකට අනුව අපි කියනවා ඩිවෝර්ස් එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ හොඳ දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. කනවැන්දුම් කියන වචන පාවිච්චි වෙනවා වැඩි. No, exactly. We should not follow them. That is what I want to say here. Please try to come out of the box. එලියට එන්න උත්සාහ කරන්න. අපි මෙච්චර මේ දැනුවත් කිරීම කරන්න එකයි. We all do these things of awareness workshops in order to get you out of the box. Okay, how to face a backlash? That's your capacity and the potential, I hope. That's your dedication. Right? So you have to be strong and you have to have a strong self. මම ego එක කියන්නේ ego කියන එක නෙමෙයි. මම කියන කෙනා strongly build up කරගන්න ඕන. So try to be independent. Even within a relationship also, don't try to be dependent. Okay, I'll explain that later. Right? අපි ස්වාධීන වෙන්න උත්සාහ කරන්න ඕනේ. අපි society එක මත depend වෙන්න ගියාම තමයි ඔය ප්‍රශ්නේ ඇති වෙන්නේ. එහෙම නේද? We should not always follow them. Yes, we accept social norms and social pressure. But think about the European culture. They can have single parents, single mothers, or single fathers are there. Right? So, yes, now the society is really toxic. Yes, exactly. Yes, I'm also accepting that. Yes. So, even the society is toxic, so you should have the courage in order to stand from your own feet. Right? So, that's there. Right? That's there. Okay. Okay, I didn't get your question. I'm sorry. මම හරියට කියෙව්වේ නැහැ. All right. So even if you can have a divorce 1 or 2 times, that's okay. That's totally fine. Because don't try to be in a toxic relationship. It's like drinking poison by knowing. දැනම වස බෝතලයක් අතේ තියාගෙන බොනවා වගේ වැඩක් තමයි. Toxic relationship එකක් ඇතුලේ ඉන්නවා කියන එක. Right? If the relationship doesn't match you, try to come out of that relationship and find another partner. That's okay. මොකද ඉන්න එක මාළුවද කියනවනේ අපිනේ. That's okay. So one of the famous example, one of the current example is Madhavi Anthony. Right? She has had, I think, 3 relationships, 3 or more relationships other than this marriage, this recent marriage. So how many of you have been criticized her? Most of the people criticized her. No? ගොඩාක් මිනිස්සු එයාට එක එක දේවල් කිව්වා. But it's her. Right? It's her life. It's her self-reflection. So nothing to worry about her. නේද? අපිට ඒ ගැන worry වෙන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ඒක එයාගේ ජීවිතේ. So මිනිස්සු ඕන තරම් දේවල් කියයි. නේද? So I think we don't have the right to judge. Exactly, yes. So if we want the independency, so we should not judge others. Yes, exactly, that's it. Right? So we don't have permission to judge others as well. So that's it. Okay. Perspective is everything. Yes, of course, exactly, yes. The way you look into your life is that. That is your perspective, ne? දකින විදිහ තමයි ඒක. Okay. So අපි කියන්නේ ඔය frame එකෙන් එළියට එන්න ඔය හිතන perspective එක වෙනස් කරන්න කියන එක තමයි මම request කරන්නේ අතරම. Psychology කරන students ලා විදිහට අපි දකින්න ඕනේ ඒකයි. So most of the people who are coming to me are having toxic relationships. Okay, even I'm working in a academic field, in the academic field, and even I'm working with the teenagers and the young adults. Most of the people, especially young adults, have toxic relationships. So they think that without this person, I cannot survive. Right? They think like that way. So I'm always telling them that please come out of the box. This is not the right person. This is not the right place to live your life. So you have more way to go, like things like that. Okay, so that's it. Right. Okay. Then that's about the empty love, and okay. Then we have uh, a kind of relationships like compassionate. Right, compassionate relationships are there. So here what you can see is that you are committed and emotionally connected. You have intimacy and commitment within this type of relationships, compassionate relationships. Okay. So what type of relation? For example, can you give me what kind of things that we can say about the compassionate relationships? Mainly within our family context, we can see compassionate relationships, right? Isn't that so? Right? Mainly within our family, we can find compassionate relationships. Okay. So and other than the family members, sometimes marriages can also be compassionate. Uh, right? If the passion is gone, right? But you still share the commitment and emotional bond, but the passion is gone and your relationship is there after the marriage as well. So uh, these type of relationships can be seen, okay, within our society as well, right? Compassionate uh, relationships within the marriage as well as the family members. Sometimes we may have compassionate relationships within our best friends. හොඳම යාළුවොත් එක්කත් සමහර විට තියෙනවානේ emotional bond එක වැඩි. එතකොට so we are really committed to your friends, especially for the best friends, right? Mainly. So that's about the compassionate relationships. And next we have fatuous love. Fatuous relationships are there. What do you mean by fatuous relationships? So if you've been swept up by passion into an engagement or marriage without emotional intimacy, that can be the fatuous love. Okay. So here, what you can see is you have the passion, you have the commitment, but no emotional bond. Emotional intimacy cannot be seen in this type of relationships. Okay. So fatuous love is like that way. Okay. So here what you can see is the commitment and passion. Okay. So where can we see this type of relationships? Okay. Uh, mainly in marriages, no? Marriage in ආදර සම්බන්ධතාවලින් පස්සේ විවාහයෙන් පස්සේ අපිට මේ වගේ දේවල් දකින්න පුළුවන් නේ. You don't have any emotional intimacy, but you have commitment and passion just for your desires and for the living. ජීවත් වෙන්නයි කැමැත්තටයි commitment එකයි passion එකයි තියෙනවා, intimacy නැහැ. Emotional attachment නැහැ. නේද? Love කියන දේ නැහැ. ආදරය කියන දේ අඩු වෙනවා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. So finally, however, Sternberg has explained that the best type of relationship is consummate love. Consummate love. What do you mean by consummate love? The best type, this is the best type of relationship. That means we can find all the three components inside this type of love. So consummate love is the goal for many when they envision marriage or a spousal partnership. නේද? අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලාම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ ඕකනේ. ටික කාලයක් යද්දි නැති වෙනවා. After the marriage, this can decrease or this can disappear. But however, we are expecting consummate love at the beginning of our relationships, right? That means we expect commitment, we expect passion, and we expect emotional intimacy as well. That means we expect special moments to be celebrated. We expect gifts and their words, lovely words, everything is expected. හැමදේම expect කරනවා. So, according to Sternberg's triarchate theory, the consummate love is the best type of relationship or the best type of love that we can have in our life. Okay. Actually, there are more than there are a number of theories based on love, right? Psychologically, there are a number of theories that we can see, but mainly this Sternberg's triarchate theory is more popular and a common theory that we are using in psychology. Okay? Am I clear? So, this theory is really important because you know that love may differ from person to person and couple to couple. So all these three components are required for an ideal relationship, right? But the amount of each component required will be different from one relationship to other or even over time within the relationship, right? So knowing how the components interact may help you to highlight areas that may need to improve. So think about these three types or three components and කොහෙද මේක improve කරගන්න තමන්ගේ relationship එක ඇතුළතදී improve කරගන්න ඕනේ මොන part එකද කියලා ඔයාලම හිතලා බලන්න. That can be intimacy, passion or commitment. So think about these types of relationships and think about the ways you can improve your relationship. Okay? So that is for it. Right. Okay. So do you have any questions? Or is there any points to be clarified? Are there any points to be clarified? Is everything clear? Is everything okay? Okay, right? No answer. Okay, thank you. Right. Okay. Then, now we are going to talk about the foundation of a fulfilling relationship. Okay. So, so here after I'll discuss about uh, the ways you can enhance your relationship status, the ways you can improve your relationship. Okay. So the first one is emotional intimacy. We already discussed about the emotional intimacy, right? So what do you meant by emotional intimacy? Yes. Emotional intimacy means what? So we have already discussed that. So this can be the foundation of a fulfilling relationship because emotions are more prominent than any other thing within a relationship at first. Other than the commitment, other than the passion. So we are expecting emotional intimacy at first. Ne? අපි අර love, care, warmth, affection මෙන් දේවල් expect කරනවා ඉස්සෙල්ලම. නේද? So emotional intimacy means feeling safe and deeply connected with your partner. So you are strongly connected with your partner. You have a strong bond with your partner based on the emotions. Mainly love. Love is the emotion that we can see within the relationship at first. No? So this sorry, just give me 1 minute. So emotional intimacy is the key to longevity and relationship satisfaction, right? This is a key to longevity and relationship satisfaction. So yes, I would like to say that I have done a research, mainly my undergrad research was about the emotional intelligence and the romantic relationships. Okay. So there I encountered that uh, emotional intelligence is something prominent for a quality relationship and a satisfied relationship. There was a significant relationship between the quality relationship as well as the emotional intelligence. Emotion, what do you know? Emotional intelligence කියන එක දන්නවනේ EQ කියලා අපි කියන්නේ. EQ, emotional intelligence. Think about, okay, if you want, you can search it via Google, okay? So emotional intelligence or emotional intimacy is a key component in a long-lasting relationship, according to my research. Okay, there is a significant relationship between the relationship satisfaction as well as the quality of the relationship. Okay, so uh, to build up emotional intimacy, what you can do? How you can build your emotional intimacy with your partner? Hmm? Do you know? How you can build? What are the things you can do to build your emotional intimacy? Tell me. Yes? No idea. Is it okay to be like rocks without sharing your thoughts, feelings, or anything? Communication, exactly, yes. Self-esteem, okay. No, I think no, not the self-esteem. I think to build up a proper relationship and to build up the emotional intimacy, you need to have a proper communication, right? So you can have some sort of interactions with your partners. Okay, trust, exactly, yes, trust. I'm saying like you can do some things, some small daily interactions, some small daily activities to build up your intimacy. Huh? Ex ex like this way. So if you have enough time, not the enough time, you have to find some sort of time. Okay. So you have to find just 5 minutes is enough. Okay. In the day to talk about your fears, to talk about your thoughts, feelings, dreams with your partner, right? To foster emotional closeness, so you need to share your thoughts with your partner. මාර වැඩේ අද මට මෙහෙම දෙයක් වුණා. මෙහෙම වුණා. එහෙම නැත්තම් රිලේෂන්ෂිප් එක පටන් ගන්නේදී ආරම්භයේදී ඕගොල්ලන්ට කියන්න පුළුවන්. මම මේ දෙයට බයයි. මම මේ දෙයට කැමති නැහැ. I like this, but I don't like this. Like that way, you can express your things. You can express yourself freely within your relationship. Other than that, your relationship will go to hell. Okay? So first of all, to build the emotional intimacy, you need a proper communication. That means you can think, you can talk anything within your relationship. You can talk about your sexual desires, your sexual relationship, your sexual life in future, your dreams, your fears, the phobias ගැන කතා කරනකොට you can have different phobias, no? Arachnophobia can be there. Arachnophobia means the fear for spiders. Okay, zoophobia is there. Like that way, you may have different kinds of phobias. So personally, I'm afraid of dogs. Okay, that's my phobia. So I have to express, or I have to say that I'm afraid of dogs within the relationship. So the partner will help you to cope up the situations when you encounter this type of phobias. එහෙම නේද? So you have to share your thoughts. Then තව කෙනෙක් ඉන්න පුළුවන් passion. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි අර කතා කරපු sexual relationship එකට බය. Especially women. So women are afraid of the sexual relationships at first. So you can talk about these things. මම බයයි, මම කැමති නැහැ, මම මේ දේවල් වලට කැමති, මේ දේවල් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. So like that way, you can build the emotional intimacy. Okay? So this is a key to your relationship satisfaction and as well as to maintain a quality relationship, right? And the other thing is the vulnerability and romantic passion. Okay, so as I have explained here also, don't be afraid to share your fears and imperfections. So none of us are perfect in our life. සමහර වෙලට සමහර වෙලාවලට අපි perfect කියලා හිතනවා. නමුත් අපි perfect නෑ life එකේ. නේද? එහෙම නේද? Sometimes you may speak in English better than me. Right? So that can be an imperfection in me. Right? So I'm not afraid of talking about that. I'm not shy. මම ලැජ්ජ නැහැ ඒක කියන්න. Right? So, however, be frank within your relationship, not in front of you. Be frank within your relationship, right? Share your fears and imperfections and the places that you have got wrong. වැරදිච්ච තැන්, හරි ගිය තැන් මේ දේවල් ගැන කතා කරන්න. Right? So that's it. Okay. Right. Then there you have to be open and honest and emotionally vulnerable. When I have to talk about this point, I must say that honesty is one thing. Is another most important thing within your romantic relationship. When you are building romantic passion and vulnerability, so honesty is a major thing. Okay, honesty. විශ්වාස කියන්නේ අවංක බව කියන එක. Okay, don't hide anything from your partner. That can be your emotions as well as your materialistic things. ඒ කියන්නේ the income අපි කියන partner ගෙනුත් අපි අයින් කරන income එක එතකොට අපිට හම්බ වෙච්ච කට්ටිය ජීවිතේදී හොඳ මිනිස්සු නරක මිනිස්සු අපේ relations ලා කවුද neighbors ලා කවුද මේ දේවල් සමහරට හංගනවා. Right? So tell everything what you are going to do or what you have done within your life with your partner. Okay, that must be there, right? So if you're expecting a quality relationship, if you're expecting a fulfilling relationship, right? So you need to be honest within your relationship. If constantly doubting us is frustrating, if constantly doubting us is frustrating, it's okay. I think it should be it's constantly. Yes, I was honest, but what has happened? But she tried going deep into my matters. Okay, yes, that can be there. So that is also one thing we should be highlighted. Yes, okay. Sometimes some people go deeper into others' matters. So that is not a good thing. Okay, so everybody has a personal life and a freedom in their lifetime. Not the privacy must be there, no. Even within the relationship, you should be independent. Okay, I'll talk about that later, right? You should be independent and you should have your freedom within your relationship. So putting your hand in others matters is really frustrating. Exactly, yes, because you and your partner are not one person. අපි හිතන්නේ එහෙමනේ. අපි මැරි කරාම අපි රිලේෂන්ෂිප් එකකට ආවහම අපි හිතන්නේ අපි දෙන්නම එක්කෙනෙක් කියලා. Right? That is the point we have got wrong. No, that is not. I'm not saying that you're one person. You become one person when you have got married or when you are in a relationship. No. Keep that in your mind. You both are two people, even within a relationship, even within the marriage. Right? You have to go parallelly like a railway. You should identify your commitment, your passion, as well as your things within the relationship. Then වගකීම් responsibilities කියන දේ it turned to anger from my side. Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that. Right? You become two when you are married. Okay, දෙන්න එක්කෙනෙක් වෙන්න අපේ මිනිස්සු අපේ සිංහල සංස්කෘතිය ඇතුලේ කියන කතාවක් තමයි දැන් දෙන්න එක්කෙනෙක් බැන්දර පස්සේ එක්කෙනෙක් ඔය කතාව කියන. No, that is not. I don't believe that. We are two different people. අපි කියන මිනිස්සු දෙන්නෙක්. We have pros and cons in our lifetime. Right? But the important thing is matching these differences, matching these pros and cons. වැදගත්ම දේ තමයි සතුව තියෙන මේ දේවල් මැච් කරගෙන ඉස්සරහට යන ගලපගෙන ඉස්සරහට යන එකයි වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. එහෙම නැතුව එක වගේ දෙන්නෙක්ට කවදාවත් එකට ජීවත් වෙන්න බෑ. So partner should be different. Okay, so your freedom must be there. මතක තියාගන්න, your freedom must be there, your independency must be there, as well as you are not say you don't become same or one person. එක්කෙනෙක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ දෙන්න දෙන්නේ. parallel යන්න ඕන දෙන්න එකට අත්අල්ලගෙන. ඒකයි වෙන්න ඕන relationship එකක් ඇතුළත. Okay, so that's it. Right. And the other thing is, okay. Okay. Keeping the spark alive, novelty and adventure. That means if you are really interested about experiencing new things, you can go for a walk. According to my point of view, traveling is my thing, and I love traveling, and that is a thing that you can experience also in order to freshen your relationship, in order to refresh or rekindle your relationship. Okay, traveling. So personally, if I feel stressed or anxious, I go for a just walk or a day out or a trip with my partner, with my husband, to spark my life or to spark my relationship again. Once a month, I do that. Just for a day out is enough, right? So, new and exciting experiences can reignite passion in a relationship. Okay, so you can engage in activities together like traveling, taking up a hobby, or you can go for a hike, you can explore the unknown things, you can try out a new food, new restaurant, you can go for a dinner. So, there are many more things to be done. Okay, so these things can stimulate your brain and refresh and rekindle your brain, right? And it enhances the romantic excitement. මේ දේවල් try කරලා බලන්න. මම personally මම කරන දේ තමයි මම යනවා. මම මාසෙකට වතාවක් කොහොම හරි අමාරුවෙන් හරි ඇවිදින්න යනවාමයි. And also the distance that we have to travel is also matters. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් හිතන්න මම දුර long distance travel කරනවා නම් we have enough time to talk with each other. If it is a 2 hours journey, we have 2 hours to talk about us. Other than the family members, if you are living with the parents and other family members, you can go for a travel, you can go for a walk, and you can talk about yourself and the other partner. How is your life these days? How the things are going? You can talk about these things. So you can spark your life alive by trying these things, right? Just a 5 minutes coffee is enough. දවසට විනාඩි 5ක coffee එකත් ඇති හරියට manage කරගන්න ඕන උදේට. What are the things you have to do today? අද මොනවද ඔයාලට කරන්න තියෙන්නේ? හවස ඇවිල්ලා. Evening is also a best time to talk about the life and the day. කොහොමද අද දවස? How is your day? How the things are going on? How is your work environment? ගෙදර ගැන විතරක්ම නෙමෙයි domestic environment එක ගැන විතරක් කතා කරන්න එපා. අද දරුවගේ මෙහෙම තියෙනවා school fees තියෙනවා. School fees ගෙවන්න තියෙනවා ගෙදර ලුණු ඉවරයි සීනි ඉවරයි එහෙම නෙමෙයි. Other than that, you can try out talking about the life. ජීවිතය ගැන කතා කරන්න චූටි වෙලාවක් ගන්න. Just a touch is also enough. අපි touch කරලා ඉස්සර කතා කරනවා. Yes. Okay. Right? So just a touch is also enough. So try out these things. Head massage is also enough from your partner. Okay. So all these things can relieve your pain, physical pain as well as your emotional pain. Okay. And then the gratitude. The next one is the gratitude. Gratitude කියලා කියන අපි අර කියනවානේ අනිත් කෙනාට gratitude වෙන්න ඕන හැම වෙලාවෙම. Okay. So it's also a secret to a long-lasting passion, gratitude. Okay. So research shows that expressing gratitude in relationships lead to higher satisfaction and commitment. Okay. So as a psychological tip, I will give you this. Regularly express appreciation for your partner's qualities and actions. Sometimes he or she will help you in doing cooking things, help you in cooking or washing your clothes or preparing things for the school, for the children, kids, right? Other than that, he or she will help in domestic matters. So anything can be there, right? So try to express your appreciation, even if that is small. Punchi de pawa appreciate kan. Wow, nice. Thank you so much. Right? Express your appreciation for your partner. Right? So there can be good qualities. හැම බැනගත්තු ගමන් ඉන්න එපා. හොඳ qualities තියෙනවා නම්, wow, you have done a great job here. Huh? You are good. Things like that way is enough. මේ පුංචි දේවල් ඇති. අපි මහා ලොකු දේවල් එක්ස්පෙක්ට් කරන්නේ නැහැ ජීවිතේ. හරිම පුංචි දෙයක් ඇති. එතනින් ආදරේ ආපහු අපි කියන වගේ රීෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙලා එන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, so according to one of the research, that's why I have mentioned the 5:1 ratio. According to one sort of research, as I found, happy couples have 5 positive interactions for 1 negative one. Married, and I understand a lot of things said by you. Okay, nice to hear that. Right? So happy couples have positive interactions. So 5 positive interactions for 1 negative one. That means negative interactions are also should be there, no? So with you know that life is like a river. So we have ups and downs in our life. So always we cannot stay as something equal. එක හා සමානව ඉන්න බෑ. අපි ජීවිතේ ගලන ගමන් අපි ups and downs තියෙනවා. මේ හැම දෙයකම අපි යනවා. නේද? එතකොට අපිට සමහර විට, so sometimes we can have small conflicts with our partners. But after the conflict, so there can be more love, නේ? conflict එකෙන් පස්සේ තව ඊට වැඩි ආදරය කරුණාව තියෙනවා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට වැඩි පොඩක් care, warmth, affection පොඩක් වැඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. husband ගැන පොඩක් හොයලා බලනවා වැඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඊට පස්සේ. නේද? So you can have you can turn your conflicts into good thing. හොඳ දෙයක් විදිහට එක convert කරගන්න ඔයා සතුයි. So communication. So we discussed about the communication. This is also the heart of the romance. So I'm saying like that because as I told you earlier also, communication must be there. Communication is helpful, is more important in a strong relationship. Okay, that's there. Yes, effective communication is there. Yes, so as a psychological tip, practice empathy. Okay, reflect back what your partner is saying to show you truly understand. Okay, practice empathy. Try to be yourself within the relationship and practice empathy. ආදරය, කරුණාව, දයාව, empathy කියන එක practice කරන්න. Right? That's a method to express your feelings and needs without blaming or criticisms. Yes, understand your partner's needs and desires. Yes, exactly. Yes, non-violent communication is a key to the success. What do you think about the differences? I mean about the 13 years gap within the relationship. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay? Relation gap doesn't matter for a relationship actually. And the quality of the relationship, that doesn't matter. Okay? If you're strongly connected, if the guy is younger, that is okay. That is totally fine. If there is the relationship, if there is the romance, the age gap doesn't matter. Right? කිසිම මේකක් නැහැ. age gap එක කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ ආදරය කියන තැනදී. Love, romantic relationships කියන තැනදී I don't believe that. Age gap is just a number. Age is just a number. Okay? So you can feel the feelings, emotion or romance. Love is a feeling. There are some conflicts. There can be conflicts if you don't have proper communication or other things. Right? Generation gap. No, I don't think so. There can be conflicts within any relationship. අපි කියන්නේ අපි අර මේ generation gap එක නැති අය අතර conflicts වැඩි කියලා කියනනේ. සමකාලීන කියන්නේ එක වයසේ විවාහයන් වල සම වයස් විවාහයන් වල conflicts වැඩි කියලා කියනවා. Right? සමහර අය කියනවා age gap එක වැඩි නම් conflicts වැඩි කියලා. No, I don't believe that. Love is or the romance matters the quality of the relationship and the satisfaction of the relationship. That means basically the emotional intelligence is a key component within your relationship that must be developed. Other than that, if you have a kind of relationship without any compassion, without any commitment or any satisfaction, okay, that's it. Okay, and the other thing is that conflict can strengthen the romance, exactly as I told you. Sometimes you can turn the conflicts into something strong. You can turn the conflict into something good. Okay. So, there can be criticisms, there can be defenses, there can be harsh words. But other than the physical violence, I personally believe that little conflicts are okay. Not I'm not talking about the real conflicts like Third World War. Okay, is it all the way one look into the marriage? No, not only the marriage. This can be. Is it all the way one looks into the marriage? Not only the marriage. Okay, so I'm talking about the relationships, man, romantic relationships. Okay, stonewallings can be there. So many more things can be there, but sometimes little conflicts are inevitable and you can't avoid these things. So conflicts are okay, but the most important thing is the way you handle these conflicts. Okay, so you should focus on the solution rather than blaming other partner. So most of the times we try to turn our anger or show our things or put our wrong things in other partner. No, අපේ වැරද්ද අනිත් අයගේ පිටට දාන්නනේ කැමති. No, එහෙම කරන්න එපා. හිතලා බලන්න මම එතන හිටියනම් කොයි විදිහට හැසිරෙන්නේ. I have a self reflection about the conflict. Right? Okay, how did I behave? Okay, am I correct? Did I do a wrong thing? Have a self reflection about the conflict. And if you can, say sorry to the partner. Just say sorry to the partner, that's enough. Then everything will be okay. And the power of physical touch. That is also something important. You know that psychologically, there is a hormone known as oxytocin. So we call it as love hormone in psychology, right? So this oxytocin can be released during the physical touch. I'm not explaining about the sexual relationship, just the physical touch. මේ අත නිකන් ඇල්ලුවත් ඇති, මෙහෙම නිකන් rub කරත් ඇති. Right? So this love hormone will decrease the stress, anxiety, or depressed mood of yourself. So simple actions like holding your hand, hugging can enhance the emotional bonding. So your romantic relationship will be more stronger by doing so. Just hold the hand of that person and walk for a small distance. Even in front of your parents, even in front of the society, right? Okay, you will feel these things if you are doing these things. මම මේවා කියනකොට ඔයගලන්ට හිතනවා ඇති ඕකේ ඒක නම් ඇත්ත තමයි. ඒක හරි තමයි කියලා හිතනවා ඇති. Right? එහෙම නැති අය ඉන්නවනම් කරලා බලන්න. Try out these things. It will be a greater start for your relationship. Okay? So make time for affectionate touch daily. මම කිව්වා දවසකට head massage එකක් ඇති. ආදරෙන් අත ගන්න එක විතරක්ම නෙමෙයි. A simple kiss will be enough. Forehead kiss will be enough. Okay? So that is okay. So it increases the intimacy as well as it reduces the stress. And as I explained, මේක කලිනුත් කිව්වා, be yourself within the relationship. Okay? Be yourself. Okay. That means what? That means you should be able to balance the independence and togetherness at the same time. Okay? You should be able to balance the independence and togetherness at the same time. Okay, so maintaining individual interest and self-identity help you to prevent dependency. Okay, so balancing me and we, mama saha api කියන දෙක අතර හරි balance එක තියාගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් නම් so your relationship will be really nice, right? So you should be able to cultivate independence within your relationship. You can be independent personally, you can be independent financially, you can be independent in any sorts of life, in any parts of your life. හැම කොටසකින්ම independent ස්වාධීන වෙන්න. Will we get the slides? Okay, we'll see. Okay, I'll share these slides. Okay. So while also you have to prioritize the togetherness. You should balance your life with yourself and the other partner. ඒ balance එක තියාගෙන ගියොත් තමයි ඔයගලන්ට හරියට life එක ජීවිතේ ඉස්සරහට යන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. Okay? So that's it. Okay, so these are just small tips to enhance your life, enhance your romantic life, right? So if you do these things, you will sparkle yourself as well as your relationship. So start today. අද පටන් ගන්න. Right? හෙටට කල් නොදමන්න. Okay? Start today with these small tips in your lifetime to enhance your romantic relationship. So you will have a great time in your lifetime. ජීවිත කාලේ සතුටු වෙන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. You will not suffer from the relationship. If you want, you can get rid of the toxic relationships by doing these things. You can convert or alter your relationship into a good thing. Okay? So these small daily practices will help you to have a greater romance in your lifetime. So incorporating romance in your daily life is really important, right? So as some tips, you can leave notes, you can surprise your partners, you can spend quality time, you can have just a coffee or a tea break with your partner. අර romantic dinner එකක් ගෙදරදීම plan කරගන්න පුළුවන්, candlelight dinner එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Just small gestures can build trust, affection, and keep your passion alive in your life. Okay, so like this way you can unlock the secrets of romantic life. Yeah, small things are cute, just small things are enough. මම කියන්නේ මහා ලොකු දේවල් කරන්න කියලා. අපිට මේ පුංචි තැන් තමයි මිස් වෙන්නේ. අපි ඒකයි psychologically මේවා ඔයගලන්ට කියන්නේ. අපි ලොකුවට හිතුවට, ලොකු surprises, ලොකු weddings, ලොකු marriages හිතුවට මෙන්න මේ පුංචි දේවල් අපේ life එකේට හරියට මග ඇරෙනවා. life එකේදී හරියට මග ඇරෙනවා. Okay? So we should practice these things in front of your kids, in front of our kids, right? If we practice these things in front of themselves, so they will also learn from ourselves. So romance isn't something just happens. It's created through intentional actions. මේ එකපාරට romance කියන එක පහළ වෙන්නේ නැහැ, කවුරුත් ගෙනහලා දෙන්නේ නැහැ, right? ඒක අපි විසින්ම නිර්මාණය කරගන්න ඕන දෙයක්. So by applying these psychological principles, you can enhance your relationships. You can deepen the deepen the intimacy, right? And you can live a more passionate and fulfilling life by doing so. So start today, right? I request you to start today. Just choose one or two of these strategies to begin or implementing with your partner. Just try out one or two things. Just have a cup of tea with your partner today or tomorrow morning. Okay? So romance is a journey that requires consistent effort, okay? But leads to lasting happiness and fulfillment. Okay? That's it. So that's about the romantic relationships. Okay. Right. That's it. Do you have any questions to be asked? Yes? Is everything clear? So a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's why I added. In this modern world, there are different problems with children too. If we can have a short workshop on this topic. Okay, yes, exactly, yes. I'll arrange a workshop like this way to talk about the children. parent-children relationship එක ගැන කතා කරොත් ඒක ගැන අද ලෝකේ කතා නොකරම බැරි දෙයක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. Yes, we have many more things to talk about the parents as well as the children. Because as parents too, uh, we have some sort of responsibilities to be done. Okay, and as children also we have some sort of responsibilities. Okay, it would be very educative. Okay, now it's time to questions and answers. Q&A session is now there. Yes, do you have any questions, or do you have any ideas to be shared with me? Or else I'd like to have just a small word from you about the today's session. I'm a teacher. Thank you. Okay.
I think
Okay.
today's
Nice.
session taught us a few points also. It was good. Like it opened even according to, I mean, we are married, we are having big children, all married, but yet I think there were points that I also picked up from it. So it's good, like it was very helpful. Thank you.
Thank
And
you
I think
so
it
much.
will help more of the younger generation, who are just married or who are planning to get married and all that, to learn a bit of tactics from it, right? It's good. Thank you.
Exactly. Okay, you're welcome. I'm glad that I could share some points with you about the life and
Thank-
about the relationships.
yeah. So with my experience also, there are things, as you said, ups and downs are there in life. We can't have a bed of roses. So it's
Yeah,
really good. So, I mean, you have certain points, and I'm very happy that you gave out a few good points there too. Yeah, good.
nice. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I am an undergraduate student. It's a worthy time. Okay, nice to have it. Enjoyed your presentation. Thanks a lot. Okay. Thank you for your small note. I enjoyed that as well. Nice explanation. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, since you don't have any questions to be asked from me, shall I wind up the session? Okay. Um, uh, did I miss something? Okay, no, right? Okay. What about my explanations? Did you get everything clear, or should I improve myself a bit? What about that? What are your perspectives about my teaching and teaching method? Not the teaching method, lecturing methods, or speaking, or should I improve my abilities or not? So, what do you think about these things? Do you have anything to be told? Is everything okay? Because I will be your lecturer for few other days. That's why I'm asking you, because I need to improve myself as well. You could add a few examples. Okay, thank you for that. Great. Okay, I'll add more and more examples when I'm explaining things. Okay. Other than that, I think everything is okay. Okay. So here I have mentioned my mobile number, personal number. So this is my university email. So however, if you want to contact me, you can get back to me via this mobile number. If you have to clarify things, you can contact me. Sinhala. Okay. සිංහලනුත් කියන්න හරි. මම සිංහලනුත් කතා කරන්න කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. I'll explain in Sinhala as well. So kindly send So this is my mobile number. Personally 071 9667 9667. So 966. This is my personal mobile number. So you can contact me via this number. So if you need any clarifications or anything to be asked, you can contact me anytime. I'm available for 24 hours. Don't think about anything. If you have any problems or matters to be clarified, just call me. Okay, that's it. And also you can bother me and interact with me at any time during the lecture or within the workshop, whatever the thing. Okay. That's it. Okay. So, thank you for joining me the today's session. I hope you have uh, had a nice time with me. Hope to see you in the next lecture as well. Okay, then, good night. Have a nice day. Bye.